Going on, y'all? What's going on? Y'all know who the fuck it is, Mr. OKL, and I'm back at y'all again, like cook crack. You heard me? First off, I want to say shout out to all the supporters that's been coming on the page. That is nothing but love, much appreciated. Second off, if y'all haven't caught that live on Mr. Goodbread show, it was me, Mr. Goodbread, Dirty Folks, and a couple other people. We had a blast on that live, man. Nothing but extensive information, also entertainment. So I dare you guys to go skate on over there and check that one out. Shout out to World Class. He has a video coming out. Him and my boy IRTSTV had a wonderful back and forth, a wonderful back and forth, showing y'all how black men should be able to communicate without violence, without taking it there, without using uh, without using your emotions, right? So skate on to World Class's channel, subscribe to his channel, and stay tuned for that back and forth because he's going to be posting that, I believe, tomorrow. That being said, we here. Y'all know what the hell's going on. Y'all know what the hell is going on. Um, the whole stage 2022 explained. Modern women, modern 304s always try to justify their whole stage. All right. Modern women try their best to justify their whole stage. Without further ado, I want us to review this a video, but before we review that video, I came across this chart here, right? And as y'all can see what it says 10 reasons why party girls make the best wives. Now, you know a woman made that. You know that for a fact. You know a woman made that. Okay, it couldn't be no other person but a woman or a simp or an incel type of vibe that will make something like this. 10 reasons why party girls make the best wives. I can give you 100 reasons why party girls don't make good wives at all. Okay, a party girl is a 304. Let's keep that 100. All right, but let's look into her reasoning. Okay, fuck all the extra shit. We're gonna read it. It says they're most probably over it. All right, so they don't roll the cop carousel. They don't took a lot of D. Okay, and now all of a sudden you're supposed to honor the fact that they're over it. Guys, they're just tired of it. That's what it means. They're either tired of it or they hit the wall and they're ashamed of themselves. They know what you ever heard a girl say, I know what I want. I went through all my stages. Now I know what I want. She doesn't know what she wants. What she does know is what she likes. That's what she knows is what she likes. Because she rolled through, she'd have been through so many different penises, so many different guys, so many different energies. She knows which one she likes and she knows which one she doesn't like. Which is why today modern women who are thrilled folks, which is most of them, 80% of them, that's why they are so confused when they jump inside the dating market. They're not over it. All right, they've lived a lifestyle that's tainted their minds. All right. So again, like I said, they're not over it. They're just over the fuck boys. They don't want to deal with one night stands anymore because they know that it's not conducive for commitment. They know that it's not conducive for long-term psychological health, if you get what I'm saying. So the second reason why they say party girls make the best wives, it says they know how to have fun. And I want to read this. I want to read what it says under it. It says they know how to have fun. Married life often turns into a boring routine, which is what women say all the time, guys. Women say this all the time. It's boring. When it comes to spicing things up, ex-party girls really do know how to switch things around and make them fun again. They're extremely skilled in this department, actually. Never a dull moment with these girls. That well said by a female, but if you leave it up to a man, he don't want to he don't want to wife up no party girl. All right, cool. She's fun in bed. That's why married men pay hookers and shit like that. If your girl is great at sex, good in bed, literally knows how to, deep throat wonderfully, she probably was a past 304. She probably was a past 304. A lot of men that marry women don't want women who are so experienced. Most men want their women to be virgins. Okay? Most men want their woman to have a low body count. We don't care that she doesn't have experience. We don't care that she's boring. We know how to spice it up. Women are fun when you turn them on. Okay? So that's what we focus on. We focus on turning our women on, not the fact that she rode the cock carousel, had her fun, and now she's all of a sudden fun for us. Shout out to my boy Lone Wolf. He says 304s happen in every culture, in every race. There's always an odd one out. There's always an odd one out, man. Met many Asian women who fit the 304s, and it's crazy as hell. Lone Wolf, we dealing with modern women in America, all right? I don't care what nationality they are. These motherfuckers are 304s in this country, all right? They are 304s. You can take your average housewife from a foreign country and bring her to America. These 304s will teach her how to be a 304. It don't matter what the nationality, the race, whatever. Let's move on to the third one. The third reason why party girls supposedly make the best wives. It says here they don't mind staying up all night. Kids come hand in hand with sleepless nights. Ex-party girls have no problem staying up all night. Obviously, she's been there and done that. The reason why she doesn't have a problem staying up all night is because she was getting banged out all night. And they usually don't have a problem staying up all night when it has something to do with alcohol, drugs, partying, and sex. So you mean to tell me this girl that was getting banged out all night and woke up at 12 p.m., 1 p.m. every afternoon, you mean to tell me that's a suitable wife all because she knows she's used to the nightlife? She's going to get bored and she's going to go out. She's going to want to have girls nights out and shit like that. This is what we have with these party girls. They're trying to give you the quote unquote good part of it, which is fine, not for a wife. It's fine for a fun girl, somebody that you want to have sex with, but they don't tell you the detrimental factors that these women come with. They think it's not fair that they have to settle down and settle in the house. They think it's too boring. Earlier, what did he say? They know how to have fun. They know how to spice things up, meaning they're going to try to make you do fucking bullcrap, 304 shit, things that they like. Number 4, they can function normally while being completely out of it. They can function normally while being completely out of it. I beg to differ on that. Party girls can go to work straight from an after party and still act like a normal person. Act like a normal person. Nothing a pair of sunglasses or a cup of coffee can't fix. This ability extremely helpful with toddlers. No, ma'am, you are the toddler. Why would you see? And this excerpt was written by a woman. You know it was written by a woman because look at how they try to justify it. Sunglasses and coffee. I want a responsible woman who's going to sit her ass at the house, go to sleep and wake up and don't have to put on sunglasses and drink coffee because she looks like a fucking drunk crackhead that just sucked a couple penises. I'm going to tell y'all a story, and this is a true story. I had a one-night stand with this 304 probably like 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago maybe, right? And after we did our thing, she passed out and she woke up and went straight to work. She went straight to work. And they want us to wife that. That ain't no wifey. That is a 304. I'm talking about drooling out the mouth, going to sleep, drooling out the mouth, just topped me off, and then woke up and went straight to work. And this is what type of 304. This is what type of person these motherfucking women are telling you to wife. Party girls make the best wives. Get the fuck out of here. Number 5. This is the justification. This is the reason why party girls make good wives, because they don't get grossed out easily. It says party girls see a lot of gross shit like friends puking all over themselves or the nastiest after-hour bathrooms ever. Not to mention all the other weird things drunk people do inside club bathrooms, with having sex and all that. She's seen it all and she's cool with it. Yeah, she sucked somebody off she sucked plenty guys off in the bathroom. She done threw up in the bathroom. She done got smashed in the bathroom. So she coped with it. She is cool. An ex-party girl might actually find a puking toddler cute after all the shit she's seen in her life. Do y'all hear this fucking rhetoric? Do you guys hear this goddamn rhetoric? She will make a good wife because of all the the countless nights she spent throwing up or helping her friend throw up in the toilet. That's why she's gonna be a good mom. Because when she sees her child puke, it's gonna remind her of them days that she got drunk, got banged out, and she had to go puke because she was too drunk. You let a woman teach you. You leave it up to a modern woman to try to teach you and tell you about the 304s and how they coddle them, and they are gonna make you puke, fam. Let me read some of these comments real quick. Lone Wolf says, went to an electric dance music rave with my girl a couple months back, and we were surprised how many Asian 304s we saw. Don't be surprised, they are here. Shout out to XL Pro, my God. What's going on with you, my brother? Lone Wolf says, facts, man. You and I think the same way. Blunt and direct and logical. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. Always turning in for free info and knowledge. Lone Wolf, appreciate you for tuning in. You one of the people that came in early. You do the work. I love it. I appreciate you. And again, Lone Wolf, you still haven't followed me on Instagram, bro. You still didn't go on Instagram and follow me because we got some things to talk about. All right. So if you can, as you can see at the bottom here, okay, let's talk TV. Go ahead and follow me. All right, man. Go ahead and follow your boy because we got a few things to talk about. Always remember the double standard, a modern woman's body count in America. Oh, I'm sorry. It says always remember to double a modern woman's body count in America. You meant to say triple it. Don't double it. You triple that body count. I knew a girl that was 19 and she already had 25 bodies. Modern women are ruthless and have no self-respect. But this is supposed to be the one that makes a good wife, Lone Wolf. Last but not least, he says, hell no, that ain't no wife. Never turn a hoe into a housewife because you can't do it, guys. You cannot turn a hoe into a housewife. Let's get back into this video, guys. Not the video, but this list. We got 5 more. Number 6, if they can take care of their drunk friends, they can take care of a crying toddler. I'm not even going to read that explanation. Why are they saying these women are good mothers because they took care of their 304s after riding the cock carousel? What does riding the cock carousel have to do with motherhood? That doesn't make any sense, guys. Let's go to number 7 without reading her rhetoric. Number 7, they love to look good. Party girls always make sure they look good. You meant to say they always put makeup on. It's an actual tradition before going out. Party girls meet and get ready together to look as appealing to the opposite sex as possible. The need to look good will stay with them forever, and that is definitely not a bad thing. It could be a bad thing in a lot of cases. I can tell you that. It can be a bad thing in a lot of cases because that party girl, when she quote unquote settles down with a man, she's going to always want validation, outside validation. So she's always going to want to look good for other people. She wants other men to validate her, even though she's with a quote unquote husband. For those of you who are wifing these 304s and literally putting rings on their fingers, shame on you, man. Shame on you. If you didn't know, I'm sorry. I feel sorry for you. But if you did know, and you thought you could turn a hoe into a hoe into a housewife, shame on you. Number 8, they are wild in bed. So there's 10 reasons, and the number 8 reason why party girls make the best wives is because they are wild in bed. Said well by a woman. All right, said well by a woman. I can vouch, and I know a lot of my dudes can vouch. A lot of my dudes can vouch for me when I say this. We'd rather take a tight pussy that's inexperienced than a loose goose that you got to spit on that's gonna ride you and throw it back and that's very experienced. You don't see a lot of married men choosing and picking thoughts. You see a little bit of those, but for the most part, men want to marry women that are virtuous and that are preserved. If I had a virgin today and I pop her cherry, I don't give a fuck how boring she is in bed. I'm going to teach her, because when you can when you put that electric in a woman, when you stimulate her, she can't even control herself. You're in control. So and that excites me as a man myself. So I don't need no motherfucking 304 to excite me as a wife. I don't need you to excite me in bed. I can teach you how to excite me. So again, don't let these 304s try to teach you that the fact that they're wild in bed that's marriage material. You're just fuck material, okay? Number 9, they are not selfish. A party girl's Bible, whatever that is, says to always make sure other people are having as much fun as you. You mean your other girls, not other people, other girlfriends. You guys don't give a damn if the men are not having fun. You guys are there for the men to buy you drinks and show you a good time. It's never cool to party alone, right? Making sure your friends are as drunk as you is a must. An ex-party girl will carry this mentality on to her married life. Like listen to this, guys, as she is always. So because this 304 has experience making her friends uh, uh, draw the boat and getting them drunk, she's equating that to being a motherfucking good wife. So now she's going to be a good wife to her husband. God, I ain't make it up, man. I did not make it up. True Johnson says that's cap. Them whole selfish, bro. You damn right, them whole selfish, man. 304 been the most selfish person is a 304 because she's been through so much. She don't want to give no more. She suppresses herself. Why do you think they say, "Oh, my past trauma after going through the 304 stage, my past trauma made me this way"? I don't just give myself to everybody. I'm a little bit more selfish and concealed. They don't just give themselves up. And then even when they get into a relationship based off of their past, based off of what they went through in the past, they suppress themselves. The guy has to prove himself before she even opens up 50 to 75%. That was well said, True Johnson. Last but not least, number 10. She says they won't judge your eating habits, whatever the fuck that means. See, a good wife will judge your eating habits, guys. A good wife looks at your diet. She says pizza at 3 a.m. is not weird for a party girl. It's actually awesome. She will join you in any crazy food adventure. She can also make the best snacks of life because she knows what a human body craves after a night of partying. What about cooking and cooking? What about a good, nice old cooking meal? What about that? What do you mean? Oh, pizza at 3 a.m. How about you have that pot ready at 3 a.m.? You've been done cooked already, and all I got to do is open up, the Tupperware and put some food inside my plate. What about that? That's what a good wife makes. Party girls, see, they try to put what they like onto you, which is why party girls and 304s don't make good wives. They want you to merge yourself with them. However they live, they want you to accept it and they want you to live that way. I'd be damned if I got a wife and she talking about pizza at 3 o'clock in the morning, or she knows how to make snacks. Make a snack? Who the fuck makes it? What, guys? What the fuck? Where she got that from? Making a snack? Now you better be talking about a sandwich because or something, or a chicken sandwich or a hot dog or something like that. Because snacks are chips and shit like that. I'd be damned if a woman try to feed me snacks at 3 o'clock in the goddamn morning. Them 304s love free food and free dates. 304s can't cook for shit at all. Good fucking point. Good goddamn point, man. So what we're gonna do now, guys, is we're gonna pull up a video. Okay, these are some modern women who seem to have possibly hit the wall. As a matter of fact, they're married. You know what I'm saying? So, but they're describing the whole stage. Okay, they are describing the whole stage, and why not pull it out of the elephant's mouth if I'm going to pull it somewhere else? Okay. All right. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in if y'all haven't done so already. Hit that notification bell because I know YouTube be shadow banning. They be Some people be telling me, damn, I didn't even know you was on. I ain't get the notification, etc., etc. So y'all hit that notification bell, hit the like button, because that helps me out with the algorithm. And let's get right on into this motherfucking video. Let's get right on into it, guys. Let me know if my volume good. Let me know if y'all can hear it good. All that. Put a one in the chat if my volume good. Put a one in the chat if you can hear the video good. I'm gonna play it right now.
Girls, brought to you by Relationship Restored. Today we are talking about a hoe phase.
Ooh.
So let's jump right on into it. Let's talk about what a hoe phase is.
Let's get it.
Start?
I'll start. So, okay. I struggle with the term. I struggle with it, and I was telling you about this earlier.
What is a hoe phase, ma'am? That's what she's asking. She didn't tell you what terms you're struggling with. She didn't tell you anything. She didn't ask you to define the word hoe. She wants to know what is a hoe stage. You know what I'm saying? Tell us what the fuck a hoe stage is. Stop trying to, pat yourself on the back. Stop trying to reconstruct the word. Guys, watch what she does here, man. Watch how she deflects here, guys.
I just feel like the word hoe phase is like it's outdated. Like I just feel like it's unnecessary, and it takes away from what it is.
Mm-hmm.
To me, when you say the word hoe, it almost is negative. And then when you say the word phase,
Hold on. It takes away from what it is. So a hoe is somebody who sleeps around with multiple men, etc. And because someone calls you that, it's taken away from what it actually is. Mental gymnastics. 1 Timothy chapter 2 and 12. I suffer a woman not to teach, God. This is the delusion that you get when you got modern women saying shit.
it gives it like a time limit, a beginning to an end.
Mm-hmm.
When I really think it is an exploratory time in your life. And it could have a beginning, it could have an end, it couldn't. So I feel like when you put
maybe you
right, I just feel like it kind of, when you say, oh, she's going through a hoe phase, it's almost a little judgy to that person. Now I'm not sitting here and saying I didn't have a hoe phase, because I'm sure we're going to get into that.
If you had it, so why are you trying to justify everything, and why are you trying to pamper it and make it sound sugar and spice and everything nice? You had a whole phase. Talk about it. See, the shame comes out. Women know innately that it is shameful to be a 304. Women know innately that it is shameful to be a hoe. That's why they're trying their best to reconstruct the word. What did she call it? Exploratory. I'm gonna run with that. I'm gonna start calling y'all bitches exploratory bitches, exploratory hoes, exploratory females. Y'all like to explore y'all body. See, and exploratory means you're going out to actually explore. As a matter of fact, you're allowing others to explore your body. So when 304s talk about exploring themselves, that's not what they mean. What they mean is they're allowing others to explore them. Let's keep it real.
But for me, I just feel like it's an exploratory time that men and women should both go through.
Stop trying to pin men in y'all argument, all right? Women should not go through that. And they do this all the time, men and women. They say that so they can compare it to men. They know men can go around and be promiscuous and not be frowned upon. Whereas a woman, she's absolutely frowned upon, which is why they created words for it. It's called hoe. It's called harlot. It's called 304. It's called Jezebel. We named you guys based off of your behaviors.
And I feel like you go through many different Exploratory. I am struggling with that word.
I mean, it's a hard word to say.
It's called being a hoe. You ain't got to struggle with it. It's called being a hoe. Okay, stop trying to make it Bill Nye the Science Guy.
You're exploring, all right, at different moments in your life. When you're single, when you're married, when you're a mother. And this particular phase that we're talking about is clearly the single one, right? So I think when you put the word hoe in front of it and then phase, you're like, well, from January 2007 to May 2008, I was in my hoe phase.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, what started it? What ended it? And what happened during that time? Like on freaking March 15th, 2008.
Get to it, lady.
In this phase,
Get
no.
to the
Like
point.
I feel like there's ebbs and flow in your life, and these phases are very important, and they make you who you are. So I struggle with the term hoe phase. I know what it means, and I am not against it. But I feel like when we say the words hoe phase, it can sometimes come off judgy.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I don't mind the term. I mean, it doesn't really bother me that much. But I definitely think that this time in your life is just a time for you to express yourself in a way that feels comfortable for you, right? So people go through this phase differently. Some people wow out, and some people, their hoe phase is like, ooh, I'm gonna like talk to this person and this person at the same time. Where some people, their hoe phase is, oh, I am running through as many people as I can. I'm having sex with whoever. I'm carefree. I'm a free flower just growing wherever I decide to grow, and I don't have a problem with that. However you want to explore that time in your life,
exploratory,
go for it. And I think everyone needs to have a hoe phase.
Do you hear that, guys? These are who the young ladies are looking up to. I think everyone needs to have a hoe phase. Let's stick to the woman here. Please don't bring men. Let's stick to the women. You ladies are teaching other young ladies, the younger generation of modern women. You are teaching them that being a 304 is mandatory. That's what you're teaching them.
I am a strong believer in that. I think it's very, very important.
I completely agree. But can we be concrete? Let's be concrete. What are we saying happens during the hoe phase?
Okay,
so let me say what I think a hoe phase is, because I think a hoe phase.
True, you already know she was getting that ass ran through. You already know she was getting that ass ran through. And if you look at her chest, she got the ankh tatted in the middle of her chest, and she got the cross hanging on her damn neck. What a walking contradiction.
Looks different for every individual. I think it's both man and woman. But what I look at it is someone being intentional about not putting strings attached to certain people. Right. They're not intentional about dating. It's really like, I'm just gonna have fun and just not care. I don't associate it with sex. I don't associate it with like being a version of yourself that you would.
You don't associate being a hoe or having a hoe stage with sex. When girls say girls just want to have fun, when they say, girl, you young, live your life, your best life, all they're saying is have sex with multiple men. Girls mask it by saying, oh, we just wanted to express ourselves. I'm a flower, a butterfly in the sky. I'm just spreading my wings. They try to make it an artistic thing. You're a 304. That's what you're, a 304 in men's eyes. It's not judgy. It's not shaming. It's defining what you are. Guys, I don't need y'all to listen to these ladies, young ladies. These 304s are not leading you guys the right way, okay? They're not.
Wouldn't normally be proud of, but just more so being like, I'm intentionally doing whatever I want. However, that you wouldn't associate it with like being a version of yourself that you wouldn't normally be proud of, but just more so being like, I'm intentionally doing whatever I want, however I want. And I don't care what anybody thinks about it.
I feel like hoe phase is just being single.
Well,
I hope you wouldn't
bingo. We got a modern woman secret. we got a modern woman's secret. I think a whole face is just being single. That speaks volumes, guys. I hope y'all just peeped what she just exposed here. Modern women are never not fucking. So when a girl tells you she's single, that means she fucking. And the more single a woman is today, the bigger a hoe she is. The more opportunity to become or be a hoe she has. Let's run this back a little bit, man, because I'm exposing 304 nature here for y'all. Okay, these are the ladies that men are wifing. These are the ladies that men are patting on the back, calling queens and goddesses and yoni goddesses and all types of fucking bullshit. These are those. These are the ladies right here.
I don't associate it with sex. I don't associate it with like being a version of yourself that you wouldn't normally be proud of, but just more so being like, I'm intentionally doing whatever I want, however I want, and I don't care what anybody thinks about it.
I think whole face just being single.
Well,
I hope
no, you would be
go
single and
right.
intentionally like be working on yourself. That's not a whole phase. The whole phase is when you are out here living your best life, doing whatever you want. You're not being intentional about growth or how am I being perceived or like what am I doing to meet the right person. It's all about, you know what, I'm just going to do me. I think the issue is when, because a hoe is a term that's typically used for women.
Right.
It's frowned
That's where I was
upon
going
and it
with it.
looks as if or sounds like you're having sex with multiple people.
Right. And
But
it's just
I've been
unfair to women.
Yeah,
And men, they do this too. But what is it called
Oh,
for them?
men are
It's just
the
called
champions of whole face.
It's just called being a man, right?
Yeah.
And like,
not fair.
like if we go through history, let's take it all the way.
Of course, it's called being a man. It's called being a man. If you look in religious texts, God said, "Be fruitful and multiply." We have the rod. We are able to have sex with multiple women. And you guys are able to have sex with multiple men, but you guys weren't built for that. Let's go biologically. Just do 1 + 1 is 2. A woman that gets pregnant has to wait 9 months. A man can impregnate 9 women in the same week. All right. We are built to be able to have sex with multiple women, whereas you guys are built to preserve yourself. Not to say you can't have sex with multiple men. I ain't telling you what to do with your cat. But what I can say is this. It's almost like a vehicle or a house. Depending upon the market value of that house, depending upon what needs to be done, the maintenance, etc. So let's talk about a house. If you're purchasing a house, you want to make sure it's make ready, meaning you want the electric to work, you want all the outlets to work, you want you don't want any clogged pipes in there, you want the floor, the toilet to be able to flush, you want your sink, uh, the water to be able to run efficiently, you want hot and cold water, et cetera, et cetera. You want all these things on point. So if you are looking to purchase a house and they want to, and the market value of that house exceeds what it's actually worth, you walk inside there, it's termites in the house, and there's clogged pipes in there, and you're still supposed to pay full price for that. I don't think so. Let's think about a vehicle. You can't pay full price for a vehicle. You can't pay the market price for a vehicle when it has mileage on it. You could, dude, you could buy a car today. The moment you buy it, it depreciates. It depreciates in value. So this is similar to a woman's vagina. The more it gets utilized, especially by different men, you depreciate it in value. Shout out to my boy, Mr. Goodbread, Righteous Fear in the motherfucking building. We in the building. We in the motherfucking building. Let's get back to this video.
Back. Let's take it to like the Roman Empire. You want to be honest? People were fucking. Let's just be honest. Women were fucking then, men were fucking then. Keep going.
Men were fucking men.
Let's go to freaking the colonial period.
Yeah.
Women were fucking. Men were fucking. Like it's
We're supposed to breathe.
sex.
Yeah.
There's a reason why it's pleasurable
Yeah.
for humans, but for
It's a reason why it's pleasurable. That doesn't mean you take advantage of it.
women, it's always there's a stigma, and it has been. And I will say, like in modern times and now, like it is it like you said, it's more celebrated for women to have this time.
was gonna and accepted for women
Yes.
to have a whole phase.
But it took a long time, and it's still there's still some side eye with it. You know, if you tell your mom like, "Hey, you
Okay,
know,
yeah, but
Don't
mama,
tell your mom that.
don't. I wouldn't. I highly do not recommend telling your mom.
Why would you highly recommend that though? Why? You guys, you spent you spent the past couple minutes letting people know that it's okay to have a whole phase. So why all of a sudden, when it comes to the family order, when it comes to your mom, you highly recommend you don't tell your mom that you're having a whole phase? Is it because you understand innately it's immoral? Is it because you know that it's wrong? Is it because it's so fun and you couldn't resist doing it, and your shame won't allow you to be real? So what do? You try to justify it. Mr. Goodbread in the motherfucking building. Talk to me, man. I don't know.
Salute.
I don't know if you're looking at this, but go ahead and talk to the folks, man.
Yeah, man, I was chiming in. I just chimed in, caught a little bit of it. I actually saw this video, so yeah, this is a good one right here, man. This shit is crazy right here. Okay, Al.
Okay,
Decent
man.
girls
Okay.
need to be stopped, bro. They need to be stopped, bro.
And I know. I'm trying to stop them. Shout out to dirty folks in the building.
Oh man, we don't sleep, man. We don't sleep, man. We right back at it. You know what I mean? It's the sacrifice, man.
All right, so you know what it is, Mr. Goodbread. Anytime you want me to stop it, let me know. We finna continue with this video.
You know what I'm saying? Our mothers come from a different generation,
100%.
so you tell them this, and they're like, especially little like my Catholic Filipino mom. Honey,
Oh, my mom too. My Catholic Mexican mom. Well, my mom's already kind of judgmental of
Right.
my lifestyle. Period. The way I
Right.
dress, like when I
Oh,
was.
wait, tell them about the message that she sent when we got to Miami for our girls.
Oh my
trip.
gosh. Okay,
She's so cute.
so we just went on a girls trip.
But pay attention to this part, guys. Pay attention to this part, okay?
And my mom knows me. She knows that her child is wild. I'm a wild child. I'm fun. I like to party. I'm a good time.
All right, hold on. Let me uncomplicate the conversation real quick. She's trying to say that her moms know that she a hoe, that she a bust down shorty, yo.
Point blank. Point blank, period. Point blank.
Like this message, we went on a girls trip. And my mom knows me. She knows that her child is wild. I'm a wild child. I'm fun. I like to party. I'm a good time. And so
Anytime a modern woman tells you she's fun, she's a good time, she like to party, that means she's a thought. Cause I'm gonna keep it real, man. The only fun girls be the ones that's willing to fuck. Am I lying, Mr. Goodbread? We was young. We was young before.
Right. Those are the fun girls are the ones that know they value, they know they have options, and they know they in the game. Those are the ones that want to have fun, the ones that's in the game. They know they
Yeah,
in the game.
you're fun. You're fun, all right.
but she sent me like this message and was like, Sierra, I just want to remind you that
Oh, stop.
you need to make sure that you're being conscious of your decisions because daughter to see something that you wouldn't you would regret her seeing later on, and also you are a wife, so you have to take that into consideration too. And I'm like, ma,
Whoa. So this is a wife and she got a daughter and she having a girl trip. She having like a girls trip. Pay
I'm
attention,
not
guys.
new to this, I'm true to this. Okay, so
It was also a bachelorette party. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It was a bachelorette party. It was a bachelorette party, guys. I know, like for the folks who were on earlier, I showed y'all the chart where this woman was trying to justify. Okay, and let's go to it real quick. This woman was trying to justify why party girls make great wives. And here, this 304, this party girl's telling you why she's not a good wife. Bachelorette party, girls trip, etc., etc. She has a daughter and a husband. But according to this chart right here, for some reason, it's 10 reasons why. What? 10 reasons why party with it. A lot of people agree with it. And yes, that's the person that made this chart. This is her drinking a fucking bottle in the club. She made this chart. So how is it that this wife is letting us know that that's in opposition to this dummy's message? That being said, Mr. Goodbread, let me ask you a question. Does a party girl make a good wife?
Nah, party girl not gonna make a good wife, man. Cause remember, the party girl goes to the party to escape the reality. You know what I mean? So bingo, she already in a high state of delusion, and she pushes that instead of going to therapy and fixing that, she pushes that and she masters that and just having a good time and looking for plausible deniability. You know what I mean, those are party girls. That's their favorite weapon. You know what I mean, the liquor or the guy made them make a bad decision. But I mean, you know that these women suffer from trauma, man. They need to all go get some serious help before they even fix their face to talk about what a man needs to do. Like the weakest man
Right,
is at this point is still better than the woman that's damaged going through trauma.
right, right. Let's continue.
On vacation, my mom will probably send me the same text because she just knows her daughter.
Her mom's so cute.
But we say this, you tell our mothers who are from a different generation this. It's like, ooh. So imagine their moms telling our moms telling their moms, like, I'm going through this phase. But the thing is, from generation,
I think this is more of like our moms. I don't think have ever used that. This is like a newer term, and it's more. It's less than the term hoe phase. More about what it actually represents in our generation.
But another thing, stop it real quick, bro.
yes.
If you notice,
They wouldn't get it.
They would.
Go ahead.
if you notice, you hear them talking about them telling their moms. What I tell my moms, I told my moms. That's where it fucks up at, because nowhere does it say that the kid gets to tell the moms or the authority, the grown up, anything. See that's where the grown ups fuck up at, the hell of a mothers. They play this friendship shit with their kid to where their friend is their daughter or their son is telling them what it's gonna be and how it's gonna be. Like,
That's
nah.
true.
So you know what I mean? Who's raising who at the end of the day?
Right. And it speaks volumes, man. I remember seeing a video, and I'm pretty sure you remember this, Mr. Goodbread. It was this mom and a daughter, and they were sharing each other's sex tapes. They look at each other's vagina, and I could have sworn kids don't teach their parents sex ed. Parents teach the kids sex education. So these modern women are so comfortable in their 304 nature that they are willing to pass it down
Right.
through generation.
They so hell bent on still being and remaining valedictorian and prom queen that they'll take advice and point of views from their daughter, who is on her way south of being valedictorian and prom queen. So you got two dusty bitches in the crib trying to live out a fantasy.
Well said. Well said, man. Well said.
It's less than the term hoe phase. More about what it actually represents in our generation.
Yes, and
they wouldn't get it.
They wouldn't.
No,
get
they
it,
would
but
not get it at all.
They're not gonna tell us that they did it too. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
My mom still does it.
I know that's right. Come on, my mom.
She know what it is.
My mom has only been with my dad.
Mine too. My dad is the only one, but they're outside of our mothers, and mothers, like, there are mothers who are our mothers' ages who went through this as well.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
but they had to hide it
everybody.
more.
The 60s and 70s were a wild time, okay? There's a lot going on, a lot of sex, a lot of drugs, and rock and roll.
And I want to add on, I'm loving that. That's my specialty. The 60s and 70s were definitely a wild time. Those were the predominant times where women, especially in the black community, separated from the man and chose government daddy. They were strong and independent. So that was like a 304 awakening. I'm glad she said that.
Toxic CCs in the 70s.
Listen, if Toxic CC grew up in the 70s, wow. Okay?
that was like the period of the sexual
Yes.
revolution, right?
Yeah.
And so we're products of that now, right?
Yes.
So, but the phase, the hoe phase, like, and I agree with both of you. I think everybody should go through one, however it looks for people. And I just think it shouldn't be judged from person to person.
Absolutely.
You know, if you, I think it's also a time where, like you said, you're having sex clearly, but you're being intentional about not committing to that person. Or you could just be in a space emotionally where you don't want to take it to that next step.
I know that's
You're
right.
unavailable.
I know that's right.
And I think it's just important because you learn so much about yourself,
and
what
also
you want,
about other people, what you want, what you don't want, what you will tolerate, what you won't tolerate.
Right.
How certain men make you feel.
I told y'all this earlier in that 10 chart shit. Translation. I done had the 12-inch. I done had the 8-inch. I done had the 6-inch. I done had the tall guy, the short guy, the rapper. I done had the regular guy. I know which guy I want because I done dealt with so many guys. That's the translation. Has nothing to do with I know what I want. Has everything to do with I'm used up and only this caliber of person can match my fly. And
Facts.
even at that, you see what I'm saying, Mr. Goodbread?
How about I do you one even better, bro? It's all comes down to prostitution. They done found a way to disguise prostitution as I don't mess with broke men. That's how they disguise. That's how they disguising the prostitution nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, this is coming from women that ain't worth nothing. Remind you, these three women on this panel right now, ain't none of them sit there and really did the work on themselves. You know what I mean? They all run out there, get material things, and feel good for the temporary moment, and then they back to square one, being depressed and miserable, trying to figure out how they could defy God. Because that's all it comes down to. The modern woman just want to defy our Father, bro. He told her one thing and she refused to do it.
Precisely.
Right.
Like
Right.
you learn a lot from this whole
Right,
phase. So
right.
so when is it appropriate to explore this phase, do you guys think?
I would say the time that it's not only just appropriate, but kind of needed, and when it usually happens is right after breakups.
Yo, can you
right after
please,
people.
Can you please pause this one more time, okay? Because another thing that's just grinding my gears right now is these dummies, right? They're sitting here promoting whole antics on their end, but you need another man to be that to innate on your we all should have a whole phase. You're gonna need a man. You're gonna need a few men because a whole phase don't consist of one partner. It consists of a few men. But then you'll see these dummies go and bash the men for pumping and dumping them. You know what I mean? That's what a whole phase consists of. So you can't, you know what I mean? You can't then turn around and use that as your number one bash for men. All men are dogs. All men don't know anything. Makes no sense.
That it is crazy. Great motherfucking point, Mr. Goodbread. Earlier she said part of the whole phase is of course having sex, and they intentionally don't attach their feelings, attach commitment. So you guys are fucking people that you don't want to be with. And then these same people that you have sex with, you turn around and paint all men as those same guys that you dealt with, which is why, again, they say, I know what I want. I know what I don't want. I know what type of guy makes me feel this way. It's because they, no strings attached, just having sex and having fun and doing what the fuck they want.
And that's why they're the biggest perverts and the biggest predators we have in the black community, bro. So we're gonna stop the cap today.
Go through a breakup.
Agree.
I feel like it's kind of like when you lose somebody, right? You have to take the time to grieve, and there's like stages of grief. And when you lose somebody, the easiest way to kind of deal with it in the moment is to replace it with other things. And it's normally the natural thing that happens. But then it's about
hold on. Can we hear that again?
And when you lose somebody, the easiest way to kind of deal with it in the moment is to replace it with other things.
Translation: when women go through breakups, they have somebody ready. If a girl breaks up with you, or you break up with a girl on Monday, she has somebody ready on Tuesday.
Translation: modern women are the most toxic creatures known to man, right? And a modern woman part of their nature, a Lilith. A modern woman is a Lilith. Follow me, guys. And Lilith, part of her nature is to drain energy. These are people who can never enter a season of loneliness to where they could bunker down and just worry about herself and the kids. These are the women that always need the next nigga to drain his energy.
Yep.
And if they when they can't get a next nigga, then they'll go sit around family and friends to drain their energy. And these are when the bitch start losing her looks, she'll tend to do the second. She's gonna do the latter of what I just said, which is gonna go sit around a group of other old, ugly looking feminist women with the same ideologies and just bash men
Right.
because of the decisions, the poor decisions they made in life. Period. In
Of
that
course.
order.
And in that exact order.
Somebody, right? You have to take the time to grieve, and there's like stages of grief. And when you lose somebody, the easiest way to kind of deal with it in the moment is to replace it with other things. And it's normally the natural thing that happens. But then it's about being intentional about how long are you allowing yourself to kind of stay in that space, and when is it gonna switch to be intentional. And for some it may be years, and for some it may be just a few weeks.
Yeah,
and
that's
you're
why I don't like the
back
word
to-
like phase. It's like you're putting a beginning and an end to something.
It's like, child, go
You know what I'm
through it
saying?
however long you want to go through it.
And then like you put for a lot of women, men, you're getting yourself to an emotional space where
one time for your mind.
She need to stop putting the men in her shit, man. I'm tired of that.
Right, and this is their responsibility. This is how they mismanage coochie. This is how they mismanage coochie. That's why I need my fellas to understand. Stop fucking these bitches raw, bro. I'm not saying I will never ever tell you, oh, just go full blown, no, nah. You know what I mean? I ain't saying that. What I'm saying is, don't get them your sauce, bro. Don't get them your tool without protection on it, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? Cause all they want is your tool, bro. They don't want you. They don't want your energy. So why are you giving them all this extra, bro? Why are you giving them all this extra? You know what I mean? The minute you stick your tool in with unprotected, bro, you run a risk. You sacrifice your whole self and well-being for these dumb bitches, bro. Not one time did they say anything about caring for a man.
At
And
all.
this is where they go wrong at. Because then as soon as they get popped pregnant, now they looking to play the victim now. Now all of a sudden the man knew and this and that. Nah, sis. Nah, sis. They be dead wrong. These bitches be dead wrong, knowing they wrong, and they gonna take they wrong with them to the grave, bro. At man expense, bro.
Right. Great point.
hey, I think I am ready to commit, but I have these tools now, these things that I learned about myself that will hopefully make me more successful
See,
in this.
hold on one more time, bro.
She said hopefully.
Hopefully, you know what I mean. That's how they play
They
with the
banking
spirit,
on
bro.
it.
When you have sex with these women raw, bro, you exchanging spirits, bro. This shit is real. Like I know y'all like to think that shit is corny all the time, or that's corny, but it's something called soul ties, bro. These women is demons. Y'all soul tying with demons when you stick your joint in without a condom, bro. You know what I mean? Or only thing that's gonna happen is that Jezebel spirit on that female gonna jump on your back now, and the Jezebel spirit make you desperate. This will have you accepting disrespect and taking disrespect, bro. Because the
Mhm.
most toxic chicks, they are the most funnest. You know what I mean? They meet the meat. They all that. They real fun. But that's why they fun, bro. Because they
Right.
dangerous, bro.
Hmm. That's why if a girl tell you I'm fun, I like to go party, I'm a good time, you might want to cringe your eye at that. You might want to.
Space where, hey, I think I am ready to commit, but I have these tools now, these things that I learned about myself that will hopefully make me more successful.
You have notice what she said. I have these tools, which translation, she rode the carousel and she learned about different men and quote unquote she learned about herself. I have tools about myself, and then hopefully, ladies, learn what men want, not what you want.
Fact.
If you don't know what that man want, then you gonna sound like her. Hopefully it works. You don't know what a man want, then you lost right there already.
In this next part of my life, next
Yep.
phase of my life.
Yep.
You know, personally for me, one thing I learned in my hoe phase was, God, I just said hoe phase, Lord.
I know you don't like it. Hey, so what would you call it?
The shame is real.
Like I said, exploratory
Okay.
phase.
Well,
You know,
what did you learn in your exploratory phase?
I learned about myself. I'm not a one night stand girl. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like,
Translation: I had enough one night stands with men that I caught feelings for, and they just ghosted me.
I could be physically attracted to someone. They could be so amazingly sexy and like the conversation is good, but my cat won't get wet for strangers. It has stranger danger. Like yes, kitty cat has stranger danger. And I realized that like I am just not a one night stand girl. And I get that females do it and it's exciting and it's exhilarating. But I learned during that phase in bars, in conversation, in different moments with attractive men that it wasn't doing it for me.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't get myself there.
You're probably stimulated by more than just
Right.
whatever a one night stand offers.
Right.
Bro.
Like you probably have to know the person a little bit.
Ridiculous, right? Shout
Yo,
out.
these
Hold on, real quick. Salute to the chat. If y'all haven't done so already, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Shout out to Jessica Moore in the motherfucking building. Shout out to you, sister. Dirty Folk says toddlers don't know nothing unless a man tells her. 100% correct.
and that's a fact, bro. And you can't tell her nothing about. See, girls have a strange thing of they misinterpret a man love. They think because a man sticks his dick in them that he cares about them, and that's where they go wrong at. Like a man he compartmentalized sex is sex and caring is caring. A man don't symbolize his love for you by sexing with you. Now, when a man spend his money on you, that's when that's what represent a man's love for you. See, and the problem is they got the simps. You know what I mean? 5 simps equal one alpha male energy. So when they get to that alpha male energy, they don't understand how the alpha already see. The alpha know you on your whole shit. So you're not gonna trick that man into and trap that man into no relationship. But you can have your 5 simps. And that's the problem. That's where the standstill is at right now. These women, they don't want the 5% of niggas. They don't want the niggas that they get the boost, the dopamine boost, and get their confidence built up off of. They don't want them niggas. You know what I mean? 'Cause them niggas is readily available. They want the dudes that dead ignore them, bro. Dead
That's a fact.
ignore them.
and in different moments.
And
What?
it's unfortunate that the dudes that ignore them know what it is. They know what time it is, bro.
That's why they
Like,
get ignored.
right. It's like how you want to be a hoe, but want a nigga to treat you like you're a princess. Like that's not gonna work. You want to be modern. You want to be this not modern woman, but you want the dude with some sense that know the difference between a modern woman and a traditional woman. You want him to play less pretend. That's pretty much. You want niggas to play less pretend with you.
Right. We ain't gonna do that over here.
Nope.
And we here to expose that 304 nature for you guys in case y'all haven't noticed.
I learned during that phase in bars, in conversation, in different moments with attractive men that it wasn't doing it for me.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't get myself there.
You're probably stimulated by more than just whatever a one night stand offers.
Right.
You probably have to know the person a little bit and understand them so that you can be a little bit more stimulated in a different way than just.
And then that's something I learned. And like I thought it was something I was supposed to do during this period of my time, like period of my life. But I just realized it's not doing it for me. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Another thing I learned during that period of my life was even though you may not necessarily be in a relationship, every time you interact with a person, no matter how long, it is a relationship that's occurring at that moment.
For sure.
So you are learning tools you need to move forward and be in other relationships with people.
Absolutely.
So I will say, like, in that moment in time, I learned that building relationships, it takes more than
getting an LLC for your business doesn't have to work.
That was horrible advice. That was terrible advice. And we're gonna put it back up on the screen, guys. Had to skip that ad real quick.
dates, ships. It takes more than dates and fancy clothes, fancy gifts. Like that was the quintessential time in my life when I realized that a relationship is way more than X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And then that's when I scratched that list we talked about
Yeah.
in one of our previous episodes.
Yeah.
So I know for sure that phase in my life was a turning point for me.
Yeah.
Because after that phase in my life, I met my husband. And I'm not trying to say to our audience, go through a whole phase and you're going to find your husband if that's what you're looking
Yeah.
for.
That may not happen.
That may not happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I hate calling it a phase, because you might be perfectly fine just being the most beautiful single version of you.
Absolutely.
Meeting different people, having situationships throughout the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And if it makes you happy, you learn that.
Absolutely.
You learn that.
You know, I don't really have an opinion on when it's appropriate, because for me, most of my life, I guess, was a hoe phase, because I never had a serious boyfriend until my husband.
Whoa.
So
He married her after her whole phase. Good luck, guy. Good motherfucking luck.
So I've never had an experience where I had a breakup and I needed to get over somebody. Now,
shout out to Billy Bishop Records. Shout out to Broski and Brose Show, man. Gang in the motherfucking building.
granted, I was in a situationship where I wanted him to be my boyfriend, but he didn't want that. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna continue to keep doing me. Like, I like you a lot, but you know, I'm gonna suppress my feelings because you're not giving me what I need. I'm just gonna go over here and entertain someone else to occupy that void that I'm getting from you.
Translation: in her whole phase, I said it already, guys. In her whole phase, she caught feelings for somebody, but too bad you in a whole phase. He only smashing you, and he's not giving you that void that you claim you needed. So what did she do? She find one of you simp niggas to fill that void. She probably caked up with a simp nigga on the phone. He probably tells her good morning and good night, but guess who's clapping them cheeks?
Right. She's going to play the game with you to try to get that man jealous. They do this all the time. It's the leverage. It's the monkey branch.
To
You know
fill the
what I mean?
void.
The guy that she's with that won't commit to her knows she's a hoe, because they'll start out with this shit, trying to control the relationship. So they'll start out with their own foot in their mouth. They'll
Right.
start out letting you know that they only want to, you know what I mean, because you cute. And they break rules for you. So they'll tell you all types of shit because they want to get in your pants. You got to remember, these modern women is little boys. These bitches is little men. They want to get in your pants. So they tell you all types of shit. You know what I mean? And then when you don't go all the way for it, they get mad, and now they want to go and play themselves and cheat, because that's what they doing. They talk about men being the biggest cheaters, but these bitches cheat more than a little bit, and they always have the options to back it up.
It's a fact. What's that?
So I guess that's also an appropriate way to kind of explore your whole phase too. So say
you can't really put a beginning to it.
You can't. You can't. No, absolutely, girl. This started. Don't take this the wrong way, viewers.
Toxic CC.
It started when I was like 16. So I grew up very, very early. I'm sure you guys have.
Modern women on average today are starting their whole stages at 16, guys. So from the age of 16 through 25, you have damaged goods. I hope y'all know that. And I'm not looking at those 16-year-olds. We ain't doing that over here, but I'm just speaking on facts. Your average 16-year-old is having sex at a far higher rate than your average 16-year-old boy.
I'm sure I've talked about this before, but if I haven't, now you know. I grew up very early. I grew up around girls who were very developed. So growing up, a lot of my friends and we always hung around older drug dealers. And so we were kind of like in that street life a little bit, but also very bougie. So we were always like 17 in the club, hanging out with older people. So
wow.
I just was introduced to that type of environment of having fun, being carefree, engaging with a bunch of different men very early, and it was exciting for me and I liked it. I wouldn't have done well in a relationship early on. I'd say before the age of 28, I just would not have done well. I would
See,
have
but that's because of your experience and what you were exposed to and the
100%.
mindset that you had. That's why I think a hoe phase is a set phase. It is a set time frame, because if you were shown that at 16, and it wasn't until getting all these experiences and meeting somebody like your husband to realize, I don't want that, I want this.
100.
God, did y'all see how they just ducked off and swept under the rug that this 16-year-old was going inside clubs, um, having sex with grown men? Good, bro. What you got to say about that, man?
I mean, clear. We seen enough. We heard enough. We know what time it is. And she said it in the beginning. She obviously had a hell of a mother who was scared of her, who was scared to put her foot down, and who treated her like if they was friends. They was friends. So, you know what I mean?
Crazy.
We actually sat there. I don't put nothing past these hell of a mothers. We saw a hell of a mother sit there and hold her daughter head in a porn audition, and take two couple of nuts on the face. So I don't. I
Wow.
don't.
Wow. Oh, y'all seen that? Mr. Goodbread broke that down a while ago.
100%.
You had to intentionally end that phase of your life
100%.
and like make the decision to, okay, I want to intentionally date, I want to commit. That's going to go to engagement, that's going to go to marriage. And I think for women who go through multiple hoe phases are women who have had pockets of serious relationships that end, or something bad happens, something traumatizing, they were cheated on or whatever, and they need to just kind of like re-immerse themselves into a different mindset, not the mindset where I'm committed and I need this person,
yes.
but I just want to live life and have fun. And some women don't ever go through that phase.
Yes.
They don't ever go through a phase of, I'm just going to do whatever. They're always, I'm going to read my Bible scripture every morning and I'm going to pray for the perfect man. I'm going to be the perfect person, and I'm not going to have sex with this man. I'm not going to give this up to nobody. Women go their whole life not ever experiencing the freedom and the exposure that you've had at any time, or the exposure that you had or that I had. So I feel like everyone's phase is different, but
Totally
I do think
different.
it's a phase. I think it's an
I do agree with
intentional
that.
mindset shift that happens when you know that you're going through that phase, whether you call it a hoe phase or not.
Right.
Whatever.
It's your
exploratory phase.
Sorry.
It's
Sorry
the,
for
it's the
the
covenant you make. It's the covenant they make with Lilith, bro. It's the covenant they make with government safe daddy. That's what she talking about right now. It's that time when she look at that apple or that fig, and right before she take a bite into the feminist ideology. That's what she talking about, guys.
And her mom knew she was wild. She was 16 in clubs dealing with grown men. Her mom knew that. But like Goodbread said, she was scared. Women coddle and pat each other on the back.
It's just very difficult for me to say like.
Well, I think
that
you're
word.
getting. I think
It's okay.
the hoe is what's messing you up. But the
That's what it
reason,
is.
Because it has a negative
the reason
connotation.
why we're calling the episode hoe phase is because that's what everybody knows
That's
it
the
as.
that's the buzzword.
But you guys,
But I'm same with you.
I am
I don't like the word.
so grateful for my hoe phase, because
Yeah.
to your point, Bree, if I hadn't have gone through this 10, 11-year hoe phase, I would not have learned things about myself
It's so important.
that were super important to learn in order for me to be prepared to take on a serious relationship
right.
like the one that I was
Yeah.
in with my husband
Yeah.
before we got married,
Yeah.
because I wouldn't have appreciated a man like
Yeah.
him. I had to go through all of the fuck boys in order to get to my husband. We got married
Yeah.
because I wouldn't have appreciated a man like him. I had to go through all of the fuck boys in order to get to my husband. I had to go through all of the fuck boys in order to get to my husband. I had to go through all of the fuck boys in order to get to my husband.
Do I gotta put it in subtitles?
And let me guess, her husband is gonna end up being a simp, a beta male provider, a low value dude.
Do we gotta put it in subtitles, Mr. Goodbread?
Nope. But when they get to that guy, by the time they get to that guy, they already had a whole lot of fun. So, you know what I mean? It don't matter to them.
That's why they translated. Oh, I learned things about myself. If I didn't do all this, then I wouldn't have learned this about myself. Translation: I done did everything I wanted to do. Now I'm ready to settle down.
and be taken care of, and have somebody eat this full of shit sandwich.
And I had to for go through because I wouldn't have appreciated a man like him.
Yeah.
I had to go through all of the fuck boys in order to get to my husband. I had to for me.
And it's different
And
for everybody.
This is what I find as an issue is when women don't take the time to go through just putting themselves out there. How can you appreciate the right man if you're not giving any man the time of day? If you're
Exactly.
not
You
getting
don't know what
to
you
learn
like.
the wrong men at some point, like how do you know when you met the right one? And
Exactly.
I think one thing that has happened with like our YouTube channel, specifically with it being Worth the Wait, we were kind of put in a box of being like a Christian couple.
Yeah.
And a lot of people had like different views on things that we would say in terms of dating and sex. And it's like, just because we made a choice to wait for marriage doesn't mean that before we made that commitment, we weren't out here living our own lives. Dre
Yeah.
was a football player at a predominantly white school. He had the hose.
All the snow buddies.
He had... we asked him before this episode. Cece said, Dre, what did your hoe phase look like? Did you ever go through a hoe phase? And he said, I wouldn't call it a hoe phase. I just took opportunities of
That
Or
was
so like
took advantage.
wait, I gotta run this back because
Okay,
it
yeah,
sounds
go ahead.
kind of rapey.
You see how they shake you now. I need y'all to pay attention closely. The first thing they do is they shame a man. The first thing they do is they shame a man. They explain their whole stage as something lolly dolly. Everything was nice and good. I'm 16 in the club. I'm having sex with all these grown men. I'm around all these grown men. But as soon as a man explains his stage, which is not a whole stage, it sounds kind of rapey. That shit don't make sense to me. You still there, Mr. Goodbread? All right, I think we lost Mr. Goodbread. He'll be back probably. But yeah, it sounds kind of rapey when it's a man. When a man is doing it, it's rapey.
I was like, I wouldn't call it a hoe phase. I just took opportunities of...
Of course, because men don't like in this society and this Me Too society and today's gynocracy, men don't just grab your legs and open it. You ladies consent to the guys you want to have sex with you. So he took his opportunities. Men exercise options, especially when they have opportunities. They exercise their options. Whereas women just pick and choose who they want to have sex with. They just go in their DM one day or hit somebody up that's always been trying to have sex with them. Men, we wait, we have to look for the opportunity or we got to go make it happen. That's a whole nother conversation.
That
Or
was
so like
I took advantage.
Wait, I gotta run this back because
Okay, yeah,
it sounds
go ahead.
kind of rapey. I was like, wait, what did you say?
Total
CC
disclaimer:
said-
no rape happened.
Cece's question was, Dre, did you go through a hoe phase? He said, I don't know if I went through a hoe phase. I just went through a time in my life where I took advantage of certain opportunities. And I was like, it's giving rape.
It's giving hoe phase.
That's not what he meant.
It's giving
It's
hoe
just
phase.
like what he said. He was in a space where he was just doing the things that was right in front of him that were not any and had no intention on, I'm going to do this with this woman and marry her. But it's like, because he wasn't looking for that. But the moment he was looking for it.
No, it's because they were busting it open, lady. That's why he had a couple college thoughts. There was white girls that just wanted to bust it open and have fun at parties. They didn't want commitments, and he took advantage of them opportunities. Stop trying to compare it to what a woman quote whole stage is like. It's not the same.
He made a commitment to let go of sex. So it's like, that's what I think the hoe phase is your period of being intentional and choosing when you're going to start and stop a certain mentality or lifestyle.
Can I?
A whole phase is a girl that's having sex with multiple men that don't want to commit. All right. A man can lock down a wife and still have a whole phase. A woman that does that, you're just disgusting. That's just how it is. It's biology. Prove me wrong.
Say something though, and this is for all of the men and women out there. If you are in a hoe phase and you are intentional about being in your phase, when you come across somebody, don't lead them on.
Yeah.
And start dating them or get into a space
Or
where
letting them think you're in the
particularly men.
emotional space
exactly
to commit
don't
to them.
lead somebody on and think that you're going to commit to them knowing where you are in your life.
Yeah.
Be upfront and very candid about where you are in your phase and
Yeah.
what you're looking to get out of this situation that you are now engaging with that
Yeah.
person.
Man, listen, if she gonna bust it open, fuck the girl, bro. If she gonna goddamn bust it open, fuck her. All that, oh, let me know if you're in a certain space. If she gonna bust it over, open, smash her. Women don't like the truth. Women don't like the truth. Dirty Folk says that's not what he did though. What else he says? 3 fuck boys, 5 tops. The other 80 men were awesome, but knew she was a busser. Absolutely correct. That's why they ain't wife her. And in the same breath, like I'm gonna say it again, if she give you the opportunity to have sex with her, do it, man. You don't have to sit there and break down a science project for her. Listen, I'm not in the space where I want to be with somebody, but this and that, whatever. I mean, okay, I'm the type that keeps it honest with women. Sometimes I don't say what I don't need to say because you could say too much. You could talk yourself out of the vagina. Women like to be lied to. So sometimes when you do keep it real with a woman and let her know, look, I'm just trying to smash and I ain't really trying to have no commitment. A lot of the time she don't want to get beat out of her vagina, so she won't fuck you. That's another conversation.
Yeah.
Because it's just
That's
emotional.
how a lot of
that's like
women end
emotional
up getting hurt.
terrorism.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you know what that person wants.
Yeah.
You know, and you know what you want.
Yes.
And you might play around with it in your head. That's an excuse that some men may use. I'm gonna, I can see myself being with you.
They say the right
But if
things.
you are not, if you can see it and doing it is way
I'm about to lose my mind.
This is the Last Chance Alert. August 31st, Publishers Clearinghouse.
different. I can see myself being with you.
They say the right
But
things.
if you are not, if you can see it and doing it is way different.
And also, this is another note to the ladies. If a man is candid about where he is in his whole phase, don't think you can change that
Yes,
man. Don't
Lord.
think that you are so special, and you may be, but don't think that you are so special that
You're not special.
can you can take that man out of that phase in his life. A man will not change unless he is ready to change.
Yeah.
Stop trying to change men, ladies, okay? Stop trying to do that. A man will not change until he's ready to change. The word change to women means commit to them. If that man don't want to commit to you, stop chasing that man. Stop chasing that man or just have fun with him.
Yes.
Mhm. Dre says that a lot because
Yes.
it is so true.
Yes. A man, like, he'll show you.
He will show
He
you.
shows you.
And
He shows you.
if he's candid about telling you, I'm not looking for anything serious, I'm just looking to have fun, then come into that relationship with that understanding that, okay, this is just gonna be fun. Get what you need to get out of it, sis, and then keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the beauty of the hoe / exploratory phase. Sorry. I think that's the beauty of it. And I think Bree brought up this point so well. Like,
Notice how they go through a whole stage and the guy has to explain whether or not he wants to be committed to her while she's going through her whole phase. So they want the best of both worlds. They want to be a hoe, be able to have the phase, but if they like you, if they see potential in you, then you better not be in a whole phase. You better let her know your intentions up front. Guys, these 304's do not deserve that. Okay? They don't deserve you being up front and trying to be real with them. Only a modest woman deserves that. I say that time in and time out. These 304's deserve what they get, exactly what they get. The cock carousel.
you meet that guy during your hoe phase.
Oh yeah, you
You
will
meet that guy.
Yeah,
you
will.
meet the guy who's not in that phase where you have to be the person to reciprocate that information.
Yes.
So you're learning on both sides what it feels
100%.
like in that phase.
100%.
And the phase that space, it gives you not the freedom, but because you're not committed to someone and you're able to have these back and forths with different people, you are learning so much about different people and yourself at the same time.
Yep.
It's kind of like that box of chocolates thing where you have to go through a few.
Oh yeah, to figure out what you like
before you get that right one.
It's like, ooh, that's nice.
Yes, I don't like the cherry one, but you're learning about yourself.
Exactly.
You're learning cherry filling isn't for me. But the caramel
Goes back to what I say. Goes back to what I said earlier. They run through so much men that they're picky about the man that they want to bring in their lives. Run through so much penis. They got so much shit going on. Dirty folks is in the building.
What's poppin', Pimmy? I just wanted to say something real quick. I don't give a fuck with light skinned girls. They got on way too many clothes for me to listen. But I just wanted to put some on the minds of the guys.
Talk.
First of all, men don't have a whole phase. That's this number one. Men have a phase in life in which they accept excess or reject excess. So when she said that her husband went through a whole phase and he became celibate, and that's what she related to as a phase, because that's how toddlers think. That's not what he did. He went through all them girls and realized that all girls believe what they said at first. That when women have sex, she's having fun. But every time a man has sex, it's great.
Exactly. You heard what she said too.
So she's having fun with a rapist. But I keep telling y'all that's their fantasy. That's why I choke. Anyway, so he got to a point and he said to himself, because this is how men think, I have more to lose than I do to gain playing in the play box with the toddlers. So I'm going to chill because I can lose it all over these goofy chicks.
Mm-hmm.
And he made her wait. I bet she didn't make him wait. This is the Sierra Russell Wilson situation. Sierra was trying to bust it open, and Russell was like, nah. He made her wait. You know what I'm saying? Because he was trying to figure out, are you the girl that's going to destroy my life?
Right.
And then hopefully, he didn't say it, but hopefully, he trained his toddler during the course of that to make sure that she can destroy his life.
That's possible. That's possible. I know plenty of men that did that. So that's definitely possible. Let's continue the video. Dirty folks, anytime you want me to stop it, let me know.
You're doing fine, man. Plus, they got on clothes. Whatever you say is probably right. They dumb.
Can get it.
Ooh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, but you got to get to the box of chocolates. You have to get there. How are you going to get there? By sitting in the corner, holding yourself back, or by going, opening that box of chocolates? You know, hopefully you're going to run afterwards or something. And you try the different things. And I think you learn about these people. You learn how to deal with these people.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about that? I want to hear from you on that tip. Like, what do you think about her analogy saying that women should explore all different types of candies so that's what's going to teach them what kind of the perfect man for them. Like, what do you think about that analogy?
She got way too many clothes for that to be true. You know that, right?
Way too much clothes on, man. Take them off.
I will say this though. Everything about women is vaginal, which is crazy because they don't know their own vagina. Right?
Right.
You ask a girl when that period coming on, she don't know. You got to ask her, what were you wearing? Oh, I had on a green outfit. That was 2 weeks ago. I guess it was 2 weeks ago. You got to give them associations like a toddler. You know what I'm saying? Pull out the memory cards. But then remember something that happens every 28 days on the 28th day. You know what I'm saying? They remember when their EBT card come on, but can't remember when their period come on.
That's a fact.
Because they don't give a fuck about their vagina, right? You care about her vagina. She don't care. But everything she does is vaginal, right? Get flued out. What you think they doing when they get flued out? Girls' night. What you think they doing at girls' night?
The same thing.
Exploring their options. What do you think they're doing? They exploring their options. Learning themselves, which you would think is a you thing. What do you think they're doing when they do themselves?
A couple more people learning them.
Everything they do is vaginal. That advice, and when I keep telling you guys, don't listen to girls with clothes on, because you might get tricked because you're like, yo, that sounds right. If a man said that, it would sound right. Because men are judged on merit. Men will go out, play basketball, lift weights, learn how to play spades. You know what I'm saying? Video games. Guys can do a million things to entertain ourselves. And women will either hate to see us entertain ourselves, like, why you play the video game all the time? Or they'll try to be part of our interests and they're not welcome to be part of our interests.
Right.
But we got our own interests, right? Girls' only interest is toxicity and sex.
I
So
agree.
even when they having sex, they think it's toxic. That's why they like felon penis, because they think it's something especially magical about being on parole and having a penis at the same time, right?
A bristophilia.
So that's all that is, man. They when you have sex, it has to be grapey because that's how they associated the domination of being somewhere trying to get somebody arrested, being 16 in a club for 25 and older. You know what I'm saying? Knowing if you don't get your way, you're gonna tell the police he raped me, and you're gonna come to court with 2 pigtails and a Catholic school skirt on. And while he
Right.
trying to explain, it was a 25 and older. What you mean I was supposed to card her? The club was supposed to card her. Like, I met her in the club. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
Girls just do shit. They don't know shit. And then they tell other girls dumb shit. And then the other girls like, yeah, I do dumb shit too. Girl power. But and it's cool. I mean, don't get it twisted. I smash all three. They all three married. I
Me
can still
too.
smash all three.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't take them seriously, and they don't talk when they naked. So, you know what I'm saying? It don't the women exploring other men, fucking up their pH balance, catching STDs and bacterial infections and all that cool shit. I don't care. I really don't care. As long as she could wash it off or get a pill, I don't care what she does. But just keep that same energy. Cause either you're a professional victim for me to be a professional rapist, right? Keep that same energy that you're the aggressor. Keep that same energy that you still that 3-year-old girl. 3-year-old girls are sexual predators. You know that, right?
Say it again.
3-year-old girls are sexual predators.
Elaborate.
When you're 3 years old in preschool, boys want to play on the monkey bars. Girls want to come up to boys like, show me yours, I'll show you mine. Girls do that. Boys don't do that. Boys come up to you, they might hug you, maybe, but boys ain't even really that affectionate. They more hop on your lapish. Girls start kissing on you out the womb. I had a little cousin. She was like 6 years old. Every time I try to, give her a little smack, she'll stick her tongue in my mouth. She was 6 months old. I'm like, what they doing to this little girl? Ain't nobody did nothing to it. It's just,
God damn.
I'm like, baby, that's not how you kiss. You know what I'm saying? She's like 6 months old. You don't know. But these are the girls are sexual by nature.
Right.
They show me yours, I'll show you mine. They come on it, they reach puberty quicker. When you 15 and you like a girl that's 15, she don't like you because you quote unquote not mature enough, and she fucking a nigga that's 29.
Right.
Girls are the antithesis of sexual deviance, but they blame it on men.
Just like she tried to do it in this one. Oh, he's a grapist. It sounds kind of grapey.
That's what
Let
they
me
do.
let these dummies keep talking. We almost done with this.
And you learn about yourself, even if it's just a bite
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't good. The coconut
Right,
one that you
right.
put
You don't
back.
have to eat the
Oh
whole
yeah,
it was-
coconut's not
It
good.
was that was a nice bite. It was nice,
I'm
but
gonna go
it's
get
not
that
for me.
back.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So I think your point was so perfect. You learn about so many different pieces of chocolate in this phase, and then maybe I'm gonna go back on the whole it doesn't end the beginning and the end. It doesn't end because you do have to put the top on it if you're ready to go with just one kind of chocolate.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
girl.
So
And here's something else I want to say about the hoe phase. So I think it's important that the ladies watching this, men watching this that are going through the hoe phase, don't feel bad about your hoe phase, but also
that's why I don't
What
like
man feels bad about his whole phase?
What man goes through a whole phase?
Like, what are you talking about?
I told you, man, it's all transparent. Because
don't
Go ahead. Go ahead.
all I was gonna say is these chicks are masculine, so they think that men do what they do because they want to be a man. They're
Right.
really trying to emulate men.
Exactly.
I give you a perfect example. I bagged many hoes in my day before I became a born again virgin, right? I used to have sex with girls, and this is why I don't feel bad about P Valley. When as gay as it is, I've never watched it, but I'm sure it's super gay, and women love it. They love the sex scenes, and I tell people it's an asexual love. Women just love to see anybody get penetrated because they weird like that. That's how they wired. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to have sex with girls. They'd be like, "Man, I want you to have sex with my friend. I wish I could just sit in the chair and see if you make her react like I react." I'm like, call her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because to me, it don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have an emotional attachment to this because I haven't put a financial, number to this.
Right.
Right. As long as we under 2 tacos, I can afford 2 tacos. If I pay a light bill, I'm gonna stalk you. So you might as well just take these 2 tacos and take us more. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say this real quick. What she just did was ascribe a female trait to men, call it a hoe phase, but they're still living in hoe phase. You know how I know this?
Huh.
Because they red bones, B.
Oh, absolutely.
Every
yeah.
red bone is either one of two. They're either a married man's mistress or they're married and I'm their mistresser.
Type shit.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know
Yeah.
what you call it, dip off, side nigga, whatever.
I don't know. Gigolo. I don't know.
I don't know. I know her man's schedule better than he do, nigga. I'm calling this job like, yo, did he come in for today? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because they never get out of that. They always want, it's not even physical because girls don't care about their vagina. It's they want to have some type of emotional attachment and then an emotional release.
Right.
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 And if your toddler ain't trained, she tries to find that from different people. You ever heard girls say, like, I need 6 men to equal one good man? Like,
Yeah.
I need the food dude, I need the sex dude, I need what they do is I've been listening to them too. They be talking about their husbands. I'm like, yo, this is a good dude. I don't know him. If I know him, I feel guilty as shit though. Like, I don't know this nigga, but he sound. What you think? Because I think I'm ready to divorce him. Because I'm like, damn, I would have done the exact same thing, probably harsher in the same situation.
Right.
But all they want me to say is, I understand, and I do understand. I don't agree, but I just look, yeah, I understand.
That's true. I mean that's a big point. Cause I ain't turning down no vagina. I'm gonna turn it down if I want to, but if you got a man, you got a husband or some shit like that, you want me to be your little side thing, I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna
I'm
do
gonna
it, but
keep her.
just know I'm not the replacement dude. If you
Right.
and I love it. I love married women. I used to, not because the debauchery of the. I'm just cheap. You can't take them nowhere. I ain't gotta take you out to eat.
Nope.
I can't. I can't go nowhere. We can't be seen in public together. So the dating, don't have to worry about that. He's a good provider. I ain't got to worry about helping with your bills, your kids, nothing. He in the house. I loved it because for me it was no stress. You know what I'm saying? But girls, they just do shit. They just do, and they light skin. So all them still cheating. All of them, you know what I'm saying? The two that's married, they still cheating. The one that's not married, talking about she might be a hoe forever. She fucking a married man right now.
She a side piece.
She a side piece. She a side piece. This is how
Yeah,
light skinned girls think. Light skinned girls say, I want a man that's faithful. That's why I sleep with married men. And you think that's dumb, but that makes perfect female logic.
Right.
They be like, he can't commit. That's why he got married. He don't have no commitment issues. So I'm gonna cheat with him because he know how to commit. This is how girls think, because girls are dumb. And y'all keep trying to figure it out. Like, well, why do women? No, y'all keep listening. Stop listening to these girls with clothes on. Y'all change your life.
And well said by my boy. The Lone Wolf says, married women are cool, but they have too much trauma and they're used up. Most married women I met are desperate as hell, sick of their husbands.
That's not true, though. That's what they tell you. You listen to her with clothes on, bro.
She probably had a shirt on and some pants, man. Let her take all that off and listen to her after that.
Most married women aren't desperate because they got dick in the house. They're not desperate. They just chaotic. Desperate is a lack of. They got to get the crib. They sick of their husbands because girls hate everything. They hate you. Your mama hates you. She hate her daddy. She hates your daddy. She hate the motherfucking mailman after goddamn he got married. Girls are never happy. You have never seen a happy chick for more than 5 minutes. They have spurts of happiness and a lot of complaining. That's why they always have to constantly try to transfer energy from men, because men be cool most of the time. And they be like, this nigga look too peaceful. I'm
Right.
finna go fuck with him.
They just love to cause chaos naturally, dog.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't. Yeah, bro. It ain't that she's sick of her husband. I mean, she is, but she's sick of herself, nigga. But she can't run from herself.
It's a fact.
So I think it's important that the ladies watching this, men watching this that are going through the hoe phase, don't feel bad about your hoe phase, but also
That's why I don't like the word,
don't
yeah.
let it be a crutch. Don't let it be the reason why you don't grow, because I'm very big on who you allow in your space and in your environment. And your environment will totally influence you as a person. So if long term you want marriage, you want to have that special person, at some point you cannot allow your hoe phase to be a crutch and just say, well, this is just what I'm doing, knowing in the back of your mind what you really want.
It's
You're
the
not
word
going to
you brought
get
up.
it.
Intentional.
There's some
Great
point
point.
where you
Yeah.
have to look at what you're doing and how you're moving and understand that other people see that, other people recognize that.
Yeah.
And a man is so smart when it comes to looking at a woman and knowing what that woman's potential, worth, value is. So if he looks at you and he can tell that this isn't a phase, it's just how you move, and there's nothing that he can look
Come on,
at
Bree.
beyond that.
Come on,
Where do we go
Yeah.
from here?
Yeah.
So enjoy your hoe phase. Don't feel bad when you're going through it, but also don't get too comfortable, because you will stay there. And I mean, you'll look and
It's
years
the
will go
word.
by.
It's the words you
and-
brought up. Intentional.
Yeah.
Intentional. So okay, you've gone from the one piece of chocolate, and you decide that wasn't yours. Before you find the next piece of chocolate, what are you doing in the time between that time? And we've talked about this on
What up, Tamika? How you doing?
prior episodes. You're working on yourself.
Yes.
You're using that time to reflect. You
Yes.
talked about meditating,
Yep.
finding out how you clear your brain.
Yep.
You're exercising if that's your jam.
Yep.
If you're traveling if that's your thing. You take the time before, hey, I
You're being a hoe if that's your thing as well, right?
want to try this next piece of chocolate. That's for me.
Mhm.
I'm gonna explore this a little bit more.
And also to that point, I think because I was in my hoe phase for quite some time, toward the latter end of my phase, when I was really ready to start to make that transition, I realized about myself that in my hoe phase, I developed a lot of traumas. And so in order for me, I knew I wanted to do better. In order for me to get to a better place, I really had to sit down and identify my traumas that I had developed or that I had prior to going into my hoe phase. Like I had mentioned, I started this when I was 16. I'm still a fucking kid. No 16-year-old should have been doing what I was doing, getting tatted, doing drugs, drinking, hanging around drug dealers. Like,
So why were you doing that?
First of all, they all drug addicts. But check this out. Her being a drug addict has nothing to do with her having sex at 16. You're supposed to be having sex at 16. My grandparents got married at 16. Being 16 and being pregnant is not. They got nurseries in the high schools because so many 16-year-olds get pregnant. That's not the issue. The issue is the revisionist history, because she had no trauma until she decided that she needed somebody to support her. And then she was like, well, why am I just getting flued out and nobody paying my light bill? That is a survival tactic.
Right.
Because girls can't take care of themselves. They really can't. They really can't. They can earn money, but they can't take care of themselves, which means they have to get even more money to hire men, or they have to sleep with men to take care of her. Because girls don't know shit. They just do shit. So once she realized, I don't know shit, and I'm getting to the age that it's slowing up. Like, she still look good, but she
Of
still
course.
that age, like, shit's slowing up. Let me go ahead and cash in my and she cashed him in at the right time.
16. No 16. I'm still a fucking kid. No 16-year-old.
They always play that little victim game too. I'm still a fucking kid. They always play the little victim role. You knew what you were doing, sweetheart.
Should have been doing what I was doing, getting tatted, doing drugs, drinking, hanging around drug dealers. Like,
your mom doesn't watch this, does she?
No, thank God.
Breaking.
But she knows. Like when I was 16, 17, I had a boyfriend. His name was Hollywood. He went to jail. He was pushing quite a bit. And my mom knew about him. She actually hired a private investigator. I swear to God,
go, Mom,
because she was so concerned. Not playing. Because she was so concerned about me. But my parents knew who I was, and when I was a teenager, right? Yeah. Like I was getting tatted. I was very, very rebellious. But because of that, at such a young age, I had traumas, and I kind of carried that through my whole phase. And I'm not saying that my whole phase was as a result of my traumas. I think that parts of it was. But when I was ready to get out of that phase, I really had to do my meditation. I had to sit down and reflect of what came out of this and what I want to leave behind and what do I want to bring with me forward.
I think it's a really good idea to, if you go through your whole phase, to follow that up with a healing phase.
What do you recommend, Dirty Folks? You recommend these toddlers to go through a whole phase? Talk to me, man. Because I don't think this is good advice.
Girls should never talk with clothes on. They should never advise anybody over the age of 4. After you learn how to tie your shoes and count to 10, your journey begins solo for dolo. Find you a male mentor. And that go for the women too, because women can't teach women how to get a man because they don't know what men are buying. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Men know what women want because men know what children want. Yeah, that's too. She put on some weight. Here's my thing. First of all, I don't think you ever have a whole phase. I think that people are creatures of habit. We all have patterns, right? I'm only a better version than what I was at 16. You know what I'm saying? But we are who we were before we got here. I got a nigga now who sell cars. He got dealer's licenses, do restorations, all type of shit. When we was 17, the nigga stole cars. He been an auto boy his whole life. He just was legit. We are who we were before we got here. So all she was doing was bussing. She a busser. There's no phase of bussing. This is what you programmed to do. You know what I'm saying? The difference is, are you bussing for love or are you bussing for entertainment? Right? That's the only question. So if you're asking me, you have to train them to bust for duty. You just have to change what they bust because they all busters. There are no virgins. There are no 8th grade virgins. Damn near.
Right.
They all busting. You got to give them.
So would you wife a hoe?
Yep.
Most of us probably wifing hoes right now.
That's a layered question, but yep.
It is a layered question. We probably get back to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when you're in a hoe phase, you're not working through the things that you need to work on. You're just kind of suppressing them and having a good time and just living life. And so if you go directly from that to jumping right into a relationship, there's going to be a lot of problems that arise. And that man or woman is going to have to be very patient with you because you didn't go through the healing of what your last relationship or prior relationships put you through. So, okay, step 1, hoe phase. Step 2, heal phase. Step 3.
So go see.
Men don't have to heal from the quote unquote whole phase or what. We don't have to. If I spent 2018, 2019 running through females and I found the one, I don't have to heal from that.
No.
I mean, you see what I'm saying, Dirty Folks?
At all, man. But here's the whole thing with that. Everything they just said was emotional. I don't deal off the emotional tie.
Right.
Right? I don't, and I heard what Goodbread said, but I don't believe that men have soul ties in the way in which women do. Women love whoever they sleep with. Men will sleep with somebody they don't even know his name. You know what I'm saying? When girls get attachment based on, ooh, I get attached based on, did I pay for this light bill or did she just take these 2 tacos? You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what I tell people all the time. I say, man, they lie to you. They say men think with his penis. No, men think with his wallet. Women think with their vagina.
Yep.
So as long as you keep it affordable, you know what I'm saying? Movie money. Right now, bro. True story. Right before I came on, man. I'm out and about. I'm on some bullshit. I'm on the block on some bullshit trying to figure out where I can give me a cigarette with menthol, right? Anyway, and goddamn it, us a booster cut through the alley. I see his ass. I'm like, yo, come here. The girl that just asked me for some Bears versus Cleveland Browns tickets. And I was like, yo, if I run into the booster, I ask. And I just happened to run into the booster. I'm like, yo, come here. So we talking. He said he can't get the tickets. They all digital now, whatever. So I hear Shorty. I say, man, this is dead. You know what I'm saying? She's like, well, you should just buy the tickets. It's a pregame. It's a preseason game. Tickets ain't number $20. I said, nah, I'm gonna try to find somebody and give me the tickets for $5. And she's like, you cheat. You ain't gonna go to jail for no preseason ticket. I said, look, Shorty, it's the principle. Because I don't think you $20 worth of pussy, but you $5 worth of pussy. So if I can find the tickets for $5, I got you. So now I'm all type of cheap assholes and fuck yous, but because girls don't want the truth. But yeah.
Long story short, man, think with their wallets, guys.
You know what I'm saying? The thing, you know how many men stay with girls they hate? Nigga, I've loved girls I ain't even like. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many times you stay with somebody hate because of the investment that you put into it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't put the investment to it, that's the fun girls. Girls is fun as shit for free. They headaches when you gotta pay.
Yep.
All I'm saying, when Shorty talk about, fuck she's talking about the whole phase and the heel phase. Both phases are based on one is based on fun, the other is based on feelings. I'm cool with fun. I will share your whole phase with you. I'm with you.
Right.
Jordan and Pippen. You can be Jordan, Shorty. You know what I'm saying? But on the heal phase, you heal by yourself, nigga. That's a personal healing, nigga. That's self-growth. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I got a buddy. I just smashed a couple of weeks ago. Called me out the blue. I ain't talked to her in years. Last time I talked to her, she was telling me she was about to get married. This right before the pandemic. So I saw wedding pictures on Facebook. You know, I threw the heart on there. You know, just let her, you know. So, but congratulations to you.
Right.
Hear me talking about some, man, I'm divorced. Slide through, give me some dick. I laughed. I said, what, the sex load up with the wedding ring? She's like, you know how it is, man. You can't really sleep with your husband like that. I'm like, that's the strangest. So you got married, won't sleep with your husband, got divorced, so you can fuck me?
Weirdo.
This is female logic, though. You understand what I'm saying? Look, bro.
You can't make it up, guys.
Okay, step 1, hoe phase. Step 2, heel phase.
Well,
Step 3.
So go see episode 1, healing from your past trauma.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like you have to. And I just think it works in tandem. It works in tandem. Like you're going to get stuck in step 1 if you don't start thinking about step 2 or, doing it at the same time.
And you typically know when you're ready to go to step 2.
I
felt it. I knew.
You feel it.
I knew.
You feel it, but it's that word you brought up, intentional. You have to be so intentional during this time. Just as intentional as possible you can be during this time. And if you're intentional about just having sex, be intentional about it. Be safe.
Be safe, y'all.
Be
For
safe.
real,
Be
safe.
intentional about it, but be intentional with the person you're having it with. And that's Cece's point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they're wanting a relationship and they want it with you, you need to be intentional about letting them know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am not in that space mentally and emotionally.
Yep.
However, I'm enjoying my time with you.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. So that word intentional is very important in all of these.
I think a good topic.
I ain't gonna lie. What is she talking about, man? I don't know what she's talking about.
Okay. I'm about to channel my inner toddler whisperer. Because I actually understood. It made no sense.
I didn't know what the fuck she said.
This is what she's saying. First of all, how do you go through your whole phase and your heel phase at the same time? You know, but you know what? Whole logic. What she's saying is hoes love hoes. So you need to have some hoes while she hoeing so she can feel better about being a hoe and you won't get attached.
Makes sense.
Here's the thing with guys. If we got some pussy, girls be like, guys only cheat. Guys really don't cheat like that. Guys really don't cheat like that.
Right.
If you got somebody that you like and you having consistent sex, you know, coochie getting custom fitted, you kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not chasing it. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
So if she on some fun girl shit, that mean that she cool. He enjoying his time. He cool. He calls, she slide through. That's cool. The availability is cool. So you like, yeah, shorty, we hear a lot. Already given 3 whole Molly. That's what hook up. Nah, I just want to be a hoe. All right, shorty. Now he may be attached because he ain't got no hoes. So the key is get some hoes. That's what I got from it.
No, that's true though. That's true. That's true. I even been at that point before where, you know, I was too busy to get like a whole bunch of hoes, and I had like a consistent hoe that used to come to my house all the time, and I was cool with that.
Yeah.
I was fine with that.
And guys, you know what's so funny? This is because girls are dumb. But this is what's so funny. The 2 things that women complain the most about are the 2 things they rely the most on men for. Like, it's really, I could say anything, but relationship wise, women say they want fidelity. That's what they say. They don't, but that's what they say. But the day you meet her, like, yeah, how you doing, miss? My name is Elle. I'm from Queens. They be, I know you got all the hoes. Shorty, I'm single as a dollar bill. You lying. Take my number. So not only have you just called me a liar, but you also called me a cheater if I got hoes.
That's a good point.
And this is what you're attracted to. So now you're going to spend this whole motherfucking relationship trying to unlock my phone to qualify your suspicion that I'm a hoe. Because you don't want me if other girls don't want me. Because you know you're supposed to be a sister wife, but you got niggas programmed for monogamy. But I'm going to help you out. I'm going to put you in the secretary pool. The second thing that I think is bananas is women want men to match her emotion. They talk about a lot of time. Show your sensitive side. You know what I'm saying? Well, the funny thing is only men can love. Girls be like, there's a lot. Only men can love. And men have unlimited love. Women can only love one thing at a time. They have a very selfish love because they're girls. Right. Women can love a man, right? And if she has her kids by that man, she can also love the kids, but as an extension of that man, right? Or she can come with a kid and she loves that kid. And what does she always tell you? My kid come first.
Package deal.
Which means she can never love that man. But she counts on that man to love her, love his kids, love her kids, love her family like it's theirs. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn it. Like her friends, love his family. Men have to have unlimited love, which men do. Love his boys, because you know you love your boys like they brothers.
Yep.
You got all this unlimited love, but then you're going to tell me I can't get 2 more bitches and love them too? I bet you I can. You're not going to weaponize that old refurbished vagina because you're thinking that the vagina is what locks you down. The same vagina that get these tacos you think going to get you a ring. And it maybe with somebody, but we're not going to play that game.
Right.
So if you don't want me to go out and fuck other girls, you need to bring other girls home. So you feel better. Not for me, for you. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. I could play on the internet, work, you know what I'm saying, hang out with my friends. Men are simple. Men are simple as shit. I don't even need a headboard on the bed. Men simple as shit.
Right.
You need excitement. You're asking for date nights. You're saying that I don't charm you like we used to. You have all these, you can't entertain yourself. And the only entertainment you know is either money or sex. You know what I'm saying? You need outside stimulation. I'm good. I'll Al Bundy this bitch with my hand in my pants and watch TV. Be like, yo, Tomorrow be Thursday. I don't give a shit. So now I got to train you on how to entertain me so you'll be entertained. I got to give you duty. I got to give you purpose. I need to train you so that you don't try to drain me because you're a series of holes. Your whole body is holes. You're just empty and you need to be filled. So I'm here to fill you by giving you this toddler training and you'll be happy. You'll be happy because you don't know how to be happy. Everything that you say you're doing for you requires somebody else or something else to find a girl that says she know her worth. What she just do? Go shopping.
Yep.
You
Get
don't.
her
You
nuts done, all that fuck shit.
bitches can't do shit without external stimulation. I ain't gonna call them bitch. They just toddlers. But toddlers need external. You always toddlers always need that. No matter how many toys daddy give them, when they cousins come over, the doll ain't played for in 4 months. Grab it back. It's my dog. They're just selfish. They're just toddlers.
Mm-hmm.
So as daddy, I got to teach you how to share. I got to teach you how to use it. I got to teach you what you can do, what you can't do. And the biggest problem that men have, especially black men, is they see these women as adults instead of as those toddlers and grabbing some of this knowledge. So, but yeah, I know what she said. I don't know what she said, but I know what she meant. She meant she love hoes.
And with that, um, we're gonna close out right here. Dirty folks, man, I appreciate you for jumping on the platform. It's always entertaining seeing you. What I want you to do is I want you to shout your platform out, let people know where they can find you at right now.
No doubt, man. Uh, I'm right here on
Just talk your
YouTube,
shit.
Dirty Folks Podcast. Um, Slide through, man. I got all type of stuff. I'm trying to travel with y'all, nigga. I'm gonna get y'all there, bro. I'm gonna get y'all there. So just type in Dirty Folks in the search, and I'll slide in, man. And it's been a pleasure, bro. I saw you on. I was like, I gotta come support the guys.
Man, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Like he said, man, y'all go ahead and skate over to Dirty Folks channel, subscribe, follow, like. Also, if y'all haven't done so already, hit that like button on my channel. Y'all be safe, and we is out of here, man.